The next question says, when is it best to try a new deadlift stance? We don't ever seem to have alternate stance deadlifts in our programs on any accessory days or on a hypertrophy block where we do strictly the opposite stance. How would we know if we would be stronger changing if we don't ever really try it out? Well, basically, if you're curious about it, then there's a protocol that you can go through to test this idea. Let's say that you're a conventional deadlifter and you're interested in trying out sumo. What I would recommend is that we train sumo for a period of time. So when in your annual plan, well, that's going to be kind of up to you, but obviously whenever you're pretty far away from a competition. I would say at least 12 weeks, and ideally more than that. So if you have a good chunk of time where you're not training for a competition, then it's at least an option for you to train some opposite stance stuff. So let's say you're a conventional deadlifter, you want to try out sumo. What you would do is basically just train sumo for a period of at least 4 weeks. And at the end of that 4 weeks, we're looking for two things. We're looking for your absolute strength levels, and we're looking for responsiveness to training. If your strength levels are already equal to or greater than your conventional pull, then your choice is obvious. The other piece is responsiveness to training. If you're not quite at, a PR level, but you seem to be responding well to the training, you're getting stronger each week, then I would extend the test. Instead of limiting it to 4 weeks, I would, take it to 6 weeks or even 8 weeks and see how far it goes. If you continue to get stronger, then eventually a PR is inevitable. On the other side of that, though, if your strength isn't as good and you're not responding that well to training, well, your choice is again obvious, then you're definitely a conventional puller. The main limitation there is with regard to assessing your overall strength level. Obviously, we're going to want to look at your estimated 1 rep max. The big hang up there is don't look at an estimated 1 rep max that's derived from super high repetitions. So if you're deadlifting, sets of 10 sumo, that's going to give you an inflated estimated 1 rep max usually. So it would be better to train the sumo. It doesn't have to be heavy straight away, especially if it's a movement you're not familiar with, but you need to train it long enough that you can handle some heavy enough weights to get an idea as far as how your strength compares. And I would try to compare heavy weights to heavy weights, and the heavier the better, as far as comparing across sumo and conventional lines. So you're going to want to do that basically whenever you have a good chunk of training time available. And from there, that's going to inform you on what stance is going to be best for you. And then you can use that stance, and we don't have to spend any training time on training opposite stance just for experimentation's sake, because you'll know what you need. And any assistance exercises that are brought into the program are intended to improve that competition exercise. It's not intended to be an experiment for its own sake.